In Ipsos polling exclusive to Global News, nearly half of Canadians say while they may not agree with everything that's being said, the protesters' frustration is legitimate and worthy of sympathy. A slim majority think the opposite. When it comes to how Canadians feel about people in the protests, Canadians are not as sympathetic. 6 in 10 think it's mostly a group of anti-vaxxers and bigots intent on causing mayhem, and they should not be allowed to protest. A majority also think the protest is an attack on democracy.
What really stands out from the polling, because we asked a number of questions, is that this is less about the truckers and their tactics and a lot more about the general mood and general set of issues that they're talking about that is connected with Canadians. And 46% of Canadians saying that they may not agree with everything the trucker convoy says or does, but that they agree with the frustration, so they believe it's legitimate and worthy of our sympathy. That's a number that stands out. It's younger people who are most interested in the message of the people who are occupying downtown Ottawa and maybe what they're doing at the various bridges and other places, along with people who are less affluent. So their belief in all of this is that this is less about the politics and more about genuine suffering that's taking place among a group of the population that they can sympathize with. As far as the politics are concerned, parts of all voting groups that you take a look at are either on side or off side with what the truckers are up to, but there isn't unanimity in any political party right at the moment. It's not that Canadians necessarily agree with blocking Parliament Hill or blocking bridges, or particularly things that reflect badly on the political motivations of people who might, some of the fringe elements who might be involved that are, have Nazi sympathies or are expressing misogynist or racist types of attitudes. Canadians have no relationship to that at all and do not support it. But that general sentiment about frustration, that's really connecting with the Canadian population right now. And if they don't get some resolution, the expectation based on what we're seeing here is that this level of support will continue to grow. We asked Canadians whether or not they agreed or disagreed with the Prime Minister's position that he should not be negotiating with the truck protesters. 53% of Canadians agree that he shouldn't be. So they agree with the Prime Minister, certainly more than actually voted for him in the last election. But that's only half of Canadians. The other half of Canadians say that he should be at least giving it a try. So the level of support behind the government in terms of the position that they've taken regarding these protests is not strong. It's quite divided and fragile. And where it seems to be going is against what the government's position is. So saying that you're not going to negotiate and not trying to find some way of getting out of this that involves some sort of discussion is something that's going to be difficult to sustain over time.